Historia que tú hiciste, historia por hacer, y hasta de las estrellas.
Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, or Estadio Santiago Bernabéu, is a football stadium in Madrid, Spain, with a current seating capacity of 83,168. It has the second largest seat capacity in Spain, and it has been the home stadium of Real Madrid since its completion in 1947. Named after footballer and legendary Real Madrid president Santiago Bernabéu, the stadium is one of the world's most famous football venues. It has hosted the final of the European Cup Champions League on 4 occasions, in 1957, 1969, 1980, 2010. The stadium also hosted the second leg of the 2018 Copa Libertadores finals, making Santiago Bernabéu the first and only stadium to host the 2 most important Premier Continental Cup finals, UEFA Champions League and Copa Libertadores. Before heading towards new stadium structure, let's discuss about Santiago Bernabéu modifications time to time. 1950s. The first major renovation occurred in 1955. On 19 June of that year, the stadium expanded to accommodate 125,000 spectators. Thus, the Madrid Coliseum became the biggest stadium of all the participants. 2000s. As the club kept growing in all regards, thoughts for further changes to the stadium appeared. When Florentino Perez became the president of the club, he launched a master plan with one goal: to improve the comfort of the Santiago Bernabéu and the quality of its facilities, and maximize revenue for the stadium. Perez invested €127 million in 5 years, 2001 to 2006, by adding an expansion to the east side of the stadium, as well as adding a new facade on Father Damien Street, new boxes and VIP areas, new dressing rooms, a new stage in honor of the east side, a new press area, a new audio system, new bars, integration of heating in the stands, panoramic lifts, new restaurants, escalators in the tower access, and implementation of the multipurpose building in Father Damien Street. 2010s. In 2011, around 1,000 seats were added, bringing the stadium to a capacity of 81,044. Renovation plans of Santiago Bernabéu Stadium in 2023. That was Florentino Perez's vision when he first became president in 2000, but it only truly started to take shape during his second spell in charge from 2009. At the club's General Assembly in 2011, he said the stadium of our dreams must become the best stadium in the world and must offer a universal image. Madrid shareholders approved a first loan of €575 million with a fixed interest rate of 2.5% for 30 years to finance Perez's redevelopment plans in 2018. The work started in 2019, and a year later, Real took out a second loan of €225 million with a fixed interest rate of 1.53% for 27 years, for works not initially included in the remodeling, referring to the retractable pitch, which had not been part of the club's plans at first. Interest means that spending on the new Bernabéu will exceed €1 billion. The stadium will have a completely new facade, a retractable roof, a 360-degree video scoreboard, an access tunnel, a new stand, and a retractable pitch. The project was set to be completed by the end of 2022, but problems related to the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine pushed that back. The new-look Bernabéu is now expected to be unveiled on December 23, 2023. We started the works, and as soon as we started, the pandemic came. Perez told Spanish sports show El Chiringuito last year, and then the war in Ukraine, and that, as we all know, has caused 2 things: the lack of materials and the rise in prices. But we are solving all the problems, and we are happy to have started, even if it was before the pandemic. According to Spanish newspaper El Confidencial, the placement of the roof has caused further setbacks and has created a conflict between the club and the architects. The architects refused to comment when approached by The Athletic, saying the information was imprecise. Real spent 18 months away from their iconic ground after the pandemic hit, playing at their Valdebebas training center, and had to make do with a reduced capacity of 60,000 at the Bernabéu when they returned. That did not seem to affect the atmosphere on big Champions League nights too much, as they won a 14th European Cup in remarkable fashion, but having to build on top of an existing structure has made the project even more difficult for those involved with it. Real Madrid were keen to ensure the stadium could be used for as many events as possible. That was where the idea of a retractable pitch came in, a system of 6 platforms that will come together to make the Bernabeu's grass pitch and which to be stored underground. The grass will sit just below the surface when Real are not playing in a space that is 132 meters long, 20 meters wide, and nearly 30 meters deep. But not everyone is happy with the Bernabeu's redevelopment. A group that represents 25,000 residents who live in the area around the stadium have regularly demonstrated against the underground tunnel the club hopes to create to allow greater access to the ground. The association have lodged an appeal with the city council against that tunnel, the construction of 2 car parks of 1,300 to 2,000 spaces, and the felling of 90 trees by Real to make the most of space in the city center, with the latter already having started. The new design of the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium also includes 2 significant changes to the surrounding urban environment. The first change focuses on redeveloping the eastern side and demolishing the existing shopping center. This will make room for a new green space and public facilities, including the club museum, which will be housed in a new building layer. The second intervention takes place on the western side of the stadium to host commercial areas, a luxury hotel, and business and leisure facilities. The boxes on this side of the stadium will have direct access to the hotel and can be converted into conference rooms with pitch views. A new plaza is also underway, soon to become a place for public gatherings and events such as live transmissions. This new public space will also open a sight line to the Paseo de la Castellana, creating a visual and spatial connection to the existing Green Boulevard. The lack of space around the Bernabeu means Madrid have been forced to build upwards over the years, making the stadium one of the highest in Europe at 57 meters tall. So far, club president is planning to make Santiago Bernabéu an iconic stadium and icon of the century. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay in tune.